Welcome back to the second video. Thank you so much for the love.
Second video.
Welcome back to our channel. Thank you so much for the love and support.
Oh
from
my
the first
goodness,
video.
thank you.
It was beyond my expectations, beyond our expectations.
Yeah.
I was actually shocked to see the support and all the inspiration and all the love
So
from
much
all of you.
love.
Thank you from the bottom of our heart.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful.
The first video is the hardest video because
Yeah.
if we're just like, well, what is the first video? So we were just humming and hawing for much too long, but we got it off.
Got it off.
And this video is our stay in Mexico.
Like some curiosity on like why in the middle of the pandemic we would travel to Mexico. The reason why we were in Mexico was simply because we didn't really have any place to be reunited. As I said in the previous video, we were separated for about 5 months and we didn't want to go through that again. So when Maya's visa in Sweden expired, we had to look into options. And
I can only stay in Sweden or the Schengen zone for 90 days.
Yeah. In an 180 days span. So we came across a few options, very few options, and Mexico was just one of them.
I'm very grateful to Mexico. They were open to tourism, to travel, and we could stay there for up to 6 months. And because Mexico is in North America, and I eventually had to come back here for my interview with the Swedish embassy, we decided Mexico is closest.
Yeah.
It's familiar. I've been there enough times, and Max had never been there.
No.
So we were there for 3 months. We have all this footage and all this experience.
Yeah.
So we figured we'd share that with you.
So, where were we?
Mexico City.
Yeah, we started in Mexico City, and we were there for a month. And then we moved on to San Luis Potosi.
Yes.
Followed by
Puerto Escondido.
Puerto Escondido and Oaxaca City.
Yes.
With the place we were in.
Mexico City. For me, I was very shocked at how dog friendly it was. They have dog parks everywhere. They have dog stores everywhere. Dog groomers. They have everything you could imagine for your dog. So
you're allowed to bring your dog to the restaurant as well. Like it's so liberal. Having Jackie with us was not really any difficulties whatsoever. It was just like she's our friend who's with us. And she just tags along to anything, and she jumps in her bag and she's quiet the whole time.
Yeah.
Most well-behaved dog ever. Like Mexico City for me, I loved it because it's like an urban city, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like a mashup of all the places that I love, like big cities that I love, like Berlin, London, New York. But it's got like a tropical vibe as well. So it's like warm, like kind of like LA. Yeah. But like it's like the hipster cafe, like good music, a lot of nice live music, a lot of live music outdoors.
Which was really nice to hear because we had been living on the countryside in Sweden and not having that much exposure to people in general. Yeah. So to go from isolation to a city that has people and live music was really inspiring and fun to be around. Yeah. And then I also met Benedict. Oh, yeah. Benedict is someone who's a subscriber, and there's no black people in Mexico City, actually. We were counting. Yeah. And so you were counting. She's such an inspiration. She speaks 6 languages, but she gave us lots of tips and advice. And if you follow her on Instagram, you'll see it on her stories as well. But it was really nice to see someone get advice and info, because when you're a stranger in a city and you don't know what to do, it's just helpful to have just those little bits of like, oh, cafe, food, oh, cool.
And actually, when you went for lunch with Benedict and you came back, you had loads of like recommendations in other areas that we checked out. So thank you, Benedict. And we were to see you later on our trip as well. Yeah. But so we went from Mexico City up to San Luis Potosi, a place that I had never heard of, and I wasn't aware of it. I had no friends who visited. But you came across this place.
I came across it from a YouTube video, and they basically have a surrealist garden that was designed by this guy named Edward James. And I've been reading some books, holographic universe and stuff, and I'm just interested in out there ideas.
We stayed in a beautiful eco park there.
The places that we stayed at, we found on Airbnb.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
Maria,
all the places we went to, it's been Airbnb. Hook us up, actually. Here. Went for some hiking up there, which is beautiful. They have a lot of hiking spots. There's like waterfall hikes. There's just mountain climbing. I went for the mountain climbing with Paul, the guy who lived at the eco park.
Like the owner.
The owner, yeah, he's the owner. And it's a tour guide as well. So I went with him and we walked up and it's beautiful. Like, it's mind-blowing. You're above the clouds and it just have this incredible view of the whole state, basically. I am exhausted.
I will say the disclaimer with San Luis Potosi was if you're like vegan, vegetarian, like no, it ain't the jam.
Well, I'm gonna add a disclaimer to your disclaimer.
Okay.
So, when you go to Mexico, you might have heard that some people get parasite
or
food
something
poisoning
else,
or whatever.
Whatever it is.
We were victims.
We were sick.
We were sick. And I would say that out of the month that we spent in Mexico City, this all happened in Mexico City. That's where it kicked in. I was actually harder hit than you were.
Yeah.
Now, I've traveled to a lot of places in my life and I've eaten street food in the most bizarre alleys, you know, with my hands, and I've been bragging to people that I have a strong, you know, iron stomach. But 1 week in Mexico City and I was
out.
Down. I was out.
Yeah, we got really sick. We were like alternating sicknesses like every other week or every other day.
And it didn't stop.
It didn't stop. It stopped. It stopped for like a few days. Like, so we were able to drive to San Luis Potosi, but then
barely.
I couldn't go for the hike. Like, and you have these like weird sulfury burps. Like they have a stench to them.
Yeah.
They smell like gas. And when you smell that burp, it's so terrifying because you're like, no.
Yeah.
That means it's back.
Because it's like a toxin, and when you have that burp, you know that something is
wrong.
Is
there.
And we tried everything from Choco. We tried what else? We tried everything.
Everything. We had all these natural like vitamins, everything. Yeah. Tinctures.
Yeah. All these things that were told that were good, probiotics, didn't work. I'd say the only thing that actually worked for me, I would like to think, was the little pink thing that you had.
Oh, Pepto-Bismol.
Pepto-Bismol.
Oh, yeah.
A shot of that for 2 or 3 days, and I felt better. But you can tell that it's just like it's like an artificial fix. It's not really fixing the problem. It's just helping you not throw up, basically.
It got to the point where I was like, if we have to leave if we keep getting sick. And when I said that, I don't know, maybe it triggered something. I don't know if it was the amount of time, but at this point a month had passed and...
Be careful.
There's no way, like even if you avoid
exactly. I'm like, be careful.
Like even if you don't drink the water, if you don't drink the ice, like there's no way. Like the dishes are washed in water. Your body just needs to go through it. It's like a rite of passage.
Yeah.
So yeah.
The next place we went to was Puerto Escondido, which is a surf town. Well, beach town. I'd had a lot of friends who recommended this place. Beautiful place. So beautiful. And it's so, you know, if San Luis Potosi is nowhere near the like natural, like vegan stuff.
Oh yeah. Like Puerto Escondido is
got it all for you.
Opposite. Like they have everything. It's like a vegan's paradise.
Yeah, you have natural health stores. You have like vegan cafes. You have, none of us are vegans, by the way, but we just like it.
And while we were there, we took Spanish classes and surfing classes. And we went to the school Oasis Surf. Yeah. We only took Spanish classes there, and then we had been recommended surf lessons with an instructor.
Yeah, his name is Julio. He was so good. Because I've never tried it. I've skateboarded and snowboarded my whole life, and I just wanted to like get good at surfing. So we wanted to have like a private instructor for a good amount of hours and just like learn.
Was Oaxaca City, and we drove. Everyone told us not to drive there, but we didn't want to take a plane back to Mexico City with Jackie and then take another plane because we have like so many suitcases. So we ended up renting a car, and it wasn't windy at all.
No.
Like when you drive from the beach to Oaxaca City, you pass through a town called,
I can't remember. San Jose del Pacifico. No?
Yes. That town is infamous
for the shrooms.
There's a documentary that Vice did on this place. And they're really known for shrooms. But we stopped at a really good Italian restaurant.
That I can't.
My God, so good.
It was called something about dwarfs. And we had the best pasta I've had, hands down.
So good. It's so good. I don't like Italian pasta foods.
No, but that was good. It was
but
clean,
because of that,
a lot of vegetables.
I have now turned into a fanatic.
Yeah. She's actually been doing it here in quarantine. It's amazing. On our way to, that's where you stop. It's like halfway. Once you get to that little village, which is like a beautiful town village, we just stopped by for a few hours and then we kept on driving to Oaxaca.
Greetings from Oaxaca City. This is the morning and we are just seeing our home for the first time in broad, bright daylight, and it's gorgeous.
So we were actually very happy to get to Oaxaca to have our own home where we could just
feel like we have
stationary for a bit, right?
Home.
For the first time, I was like baking bread, I was cooking, I was like doing laundry, all the things that I like just makes you feel at home. You know what I mean? Like you have your garden, you can go out and work out in the garden.
We even were composting.
Yeah, we were even composting.
And this was the perfect place for us to celebrate the holidays.
Yeah.
So Christmas was very cute here in Oaxaca City.
It was super cute.
I like your little bow tie, Jackie. Let me see your bow tie. Yeah. Ah. Maybe we should put this somewhere. What are you making?
I'm making lentil meatballs. Can you say that even? Lentil balls.
Lentil balls, okay.
So I'm from Sweden, as you might know by now. And the mighty Swedish meatballs is a tradition there for Christmas. But because neither me and Maya really eat meat that much, I thought I would switch it up.
I made these chocolate chip cookies. Yummy in my tummy. I love cookies. I love chocolate chip cookies. So we'll see how this works out. I haven't done this in a while. There, look at this. Okay. The final array. We're tired. We're very tired. It's, what time is it? Like 8 p.m.?
Yeah,
we started at 2. We started too late. We should have been doing it the night before. Our feast. To our family. Good morning. It is Christmas Day. We stayed up and binge watched Home for Christmas. It's a Norwegian Swedish show, and we watched season 1 and the first episode of season 2 in one sitting. We went to bed at what time?
3?
3 a.m. I woke up at 8, harassed Max to wake up, and then now we're up 9. And
come over.
Oh yes, he's making a delicious tea.
Yeah. So this is the jam. It's basically. Do you show him?
Okay, I show. What are you making?
So this is called golden milk.
Golden milk. What's in it?
It's oat milk, but you can use any milk. And then I got cardamom in there. I got honey, turmeric, cinnamon, ginger, and some black pepper. And now I just have to wait for salt.
And I have some cinnamon and cardamom just going to give it some Christmas vibes. Now we're gonna go outside and hit a piñata. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready. She got the stick. Go Maya! Hit it! Whoa!
1, 2, 3. What else in Oaxaca? We went to the pyramids.
Yeah, we went to the pyramids, Mount Alban, which is, I think, the biggest in Oaxaca, the most prominent one. It's going alright. We just got into this beautiful location. I thought we were going to go into the museum, but it was closed due to COVID. So now we're out here. I don't mind. I like the freedom that we get to see the things by ourselves, read, and get some knowledge.
Wow. These are the pyramids. The fact that it can last centuries. Yes, what I love about being in places like this is the craftsmanship and utilizing natural resources like stone. Everything that we have is so thin, quick to make and expensive to buy.
When you go to Oaxaca, I'm sure that most things that comes up when you even think about Oaxaca or Google Oaxaca is the markets and the food.
Oh yeah.
Right?
I was obsessed. I even have some of my obsessions.
Yeah.
I was obsessed with all the little craftsmanship. Like
it's really beautiful.
Like look, these little toys.
Yeah.
Like
you were obsessed with it.
I kept buying these things.
I have to post you though.
I bought this too. These are gifts, by the way. But like all handmade, all super cute.
Yeah. So what's cool about Oaxaca is that basically their biggest profit, or like their what do you call like their biggest
industry.
Their biggest industry is art, and so in times of a pandemic, they are desperate to keep their business open because they can't. First of all, there's not enough resources to go online, and second of all, it's like the whole economy is sort of like based on art. So when you go to the markets, you're supporting a lot of people.
Yeah, they don't have any government support right now, so I use that as my excuse to buy and shop.
Maya's on a roll. She's been getting.
Lots of stuff. Look.
She's got masks for family members and friends. Well, this market's got pretty much everything. There's like different strips all over Oaxaca. Maya is back at her stall for the 3rd time.
I like them.
So now we're just trying to wrap up the last of the gifts before we get back to Canada. And yeah, it's been amazing. I'm gonna have an unpopular opinion. I'm sorry to step on any toes here, and I know that a lot of people love the food in Oaxaca, and you keep talking about your food. I'm not a big fan for a couple of reasons. First of all, there's not enough vegetarian options in my opinions. Yeah. And second of all, beans and cheese on a bread, like a tortilla. Come on, like I'm not impressed. Yeah. And it's so funny because every person came to me like, oh, the food is amazing. I'm like, okay, show me the food, okay? Yeah. And they were like, oh, this is the best, what are they called, those pizzas?
I don't know.
Frijoles?
I don't know.
Anyway, and like, this is the best one in Oaxaca. I'm like, okay. And I eat it, and I'm like, it's beans and bread. It's beans and bread and cheese.
For me, I think maybe there was too much hype around the food, and the food is very basic. Like it's like sustainable, like good sustenance, I'd say.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm sinning, but like I prefer like the Italian food. There's so many Italians in Mexico, P.S.
Yeah.
So I was like living for the Italian food in Mexico. In Oaxaca, let me put this as a disclaimer. They're so about their tradition. Like they will not let things go. Like this is something that their mothers passed down. So I respect the tradition and how they're not gonna like sway for like the hipster taste buds of all this like fusion Asian, fusion blah, fusion everything. So I have respect, like my hat's off to Oaxaqueñans for keeping the traditions alive.
Okay, so how is it to travel during a pandemic? Like, would you recommend it?
It depends on your scenario and what's at stake for you. I think we have a lot at stake. So we're traveling because we have to.
Yeah.
Like we left Mexico because we had to go to my interview. So now we're in Canada. And we will leave Canada once my papers are approved for me to go to Sweden.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's a gamble. You're like always taking a risk.
Yeah.
But I think people need to remember that, living is a risk.
Yeah, it is.
So you just take precautions, be safe. But at the end of the day, like, how long is this going to go on for?
Yeah.
Shoot! Travel now while you can! I'm so grateful to Mexico. So thank you so much, Mexico. We're so grateful for you opening your doors and your hearts.
We were lucky to be reunited, and we took the opportunity to see a beautiful country and a beautiful different cultures, and I'm grateful for the 3 months that we spent there. And now we're on to another mission.
Let us know what other videos you got for us.
And also thank you again so much for the inspiration and love that you've been sharing in the comments below. All the topics that you've suggested that we can talk about. It gives us a lot of help as we move on with this new adventure that we're on. We want to keep inspiring other people, and we want to be inspired by you. So keep those comments coming.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Subscribe, turn the notifications on.
All that jam.
All that jam.
And we'll see you next week.
We'll see you soon.
Bye.